Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it as well, and leave us a positive comment in the comment section. Now, today we have a very special treat because this is a deck that just came out. I am one of the first of thousands or maybe even a million lucky people to already have it. So this is an oracle deck. It's called the Ancestor Spirit Oracle Cards by Jade Sky, and they are illustrated by Belinda Morris. They come out of, let's see, Blue Angel Publishing. And when we're done, I will also give you a link to where I got them from. They're $25.95 retail. And if you would like to read this, you can feel free to pause now and you can read the back of the box. Now, I'm going to tell you, these are beautiful, and they're not in the order that they came in because they're so beautiful. I have already used these. I've done like 4 readings with these already. My clients really like these. This is the guidebook right here. Let me show you real quick. The guidebook is decent. It's got, of course, I think there's a couple of spreads. Everything is in, let's see. This is alphabetical order, as you can see. And I think the pictures are obviously in black and white inside of here. There are 2 spreads in the very beginning, and the meanings in a small picture in black and white of each card. In the back, there's more information on the creators and some other decks that you might be interested in. So it's a good one. I like the guidebook. I actually read it, and it talks a lot about different civilizations and groups of people that the depictions in the deck come from. So it's beautiful. It is beautiful. You should definitely read it. So let's get looking at these beautiful cards, okay? One at a time. They're not in order, so I'm going to show you the bottom of them first. Connect with past loved ones. Sense, feel, reconnect. Now, they are not a bad size, as you can see. They're standard size for Blue Angel Publishing. Matte finish, excellent, not too much glare. Very sturdy. I've used these like, oh my goodness, maybe like 4 times already, and they haven't, shown any signs of wear at all. And the art is beautiful, as you can see. I just want you guys to take a good look at that. Look at that. They are beautiful. They're gorgeous. They represent different cultures. I've read about the Maori so far, and some ancient peoples. I'm going to show you guys every single card so you can make up your mind whether you want these or not. So it'll be a longer video, but if you want these cards, you might want to check it out. Might be worth it. So they tell you a message: explore your creative side. And then there is some keywords: visualize, paint, record. Each one has some keywords. And then when you go to the guidebook, they tell you about the culture and give you some more information. So I have found these to be phenomenal. I love these guys. I really do. I'm in love with them. I give them a 10 out of 10. And to be honest with you, people say, oh, you always give everything a 10 out of 10. I give what I like a 10 out of 10. I don't review decks I don't like. So in general, if I'm reviewing a deck, I probably like it at least a little bit, because I'm not going to review ones that I absolutely, don't like the artwork or got a problem with the card stock. For me, card stock needs to be shuffleable. And what I mean by that is some people, they really enjoy thin cardstock or thick cardstock. I like the thinner cardstock, and I definitely prefer matte. Awaken your inner shaman. So as you can see, the artwork is amazing. And the deck, I gave a buddy of mine a reading because she really wanted to connect with her father who has passed over. So I used these in my tarot cards, and the message was just so beautiful. There's a lot of wisdom, a lot of truths, a lot of support. They're very positive. That's the one thing I like about oracle cards. They're very positive. Now, apparently, there's only 43 cards. Let me grab the next one. There's only 43 cards in this deck. If you're interested in the little holder that I'm putting the cards in, I actually got that on Etsy from the people who sell the Prism Tarot. They have other colors too, so I'll link that below here as well. Re-energize your life. So I think for me, what stood out the most was the art. I'm an art person. You know, if I'm going to buy a deck, the art has to be beautiful. It has to speak to me. And then the next thing I want is the good card stock. And the next thing I want after that is to see people in the deck that look like me. I like people of color, people of non-color, all kinds of different people, but especially people that look like me. And a lot of decks you'll find that are coming out now, you see a lot of that. So my collection has grown substantially in the past couple of months because I keep seeing these gorgeous decks. And I'm like, oh, I gotta have these. Gimme, 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 you know? So, like I said, there are all kinds of different cultures from all over the world. We have, you know, African culture. We have culture. I saw New Zealand. I saw all over the world in these. Different parts of Asia, Native American, and they're just so vibrant and beautiful and just encouraging, and man, I loved it. And their messages are from the ancestors. So if you're doing a mediumship reading, for example, or if you're doing some type of reading that the person says to you, like I have a lot of people say to me, what do my ancestors think? Or what do my ancestors want to tell me? Or what do my ancestors think is important for me to know? And I would pull out this deck because this deck is going to give that answer, and it's going to give them to give it to them in a beautiful way. I did not try the spreads that you just saw in the beginning because I just found them today. So I haven't tried them yet, but in almost every case, whenever I've gotten a deck that had spreads with it, they're specific to the deck, so they usually work out very well. I'm going to try them the next time. And they look like they're Roman, so I'm thinking like Italian or something like that. But I love it. Look at this, guys. This one is one of my favorites. You would get this card if you were pregnant or just had a baby or you were adopting a child or something like that. Look at that chubby little baby. I have a necklace just like that. Oh, and the mother, look at her hair and her head wrap. Child, the details. I am in love. I am seriously in love with these cards. And you guys know I'm really big when it comes to ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt. And this one, honor the deities around you, talks about prayers and offerings. And you know I'm a priestess of Mayat, so I always give prayers and offerings to Osset and Tahuti, different, you know, spiritual energies that come into my life. So it's wonderful to see cultures that I connect with represented as well. And anything that is like multicultural, I really do love, because I think that tarot and oracle cards are supposed to be for the people, you know? And we're all the people. It's not just one people, you know? So I love when they do this and you can see and learn about different cultures. I think it makes you less prejudiced and more open-hearted and more open-minded if you can allow yourself to learn about other people. They also have different ages, different genders, different sizes. This woman is an older woman. So I like that too. It's like this real push. Here's an older man in this next one. There's this real push towards diversity happening in the community right now, and some people are really embracing it, and this art definitely embraces it. I cannot rave about this deck enough. I know you guys can tell I am breathless. Okay, I'm usually only breathless when I have a crush on a beautiful woman. Right now, I got a crush on this deck. I am breathless. So he is probably from like England. He's giving me like King Arthur kind of vibes. But wherever you're from, you know, these cards I feel like will speak to, you know, speak to some part of you. Maybe speak to, I'm thinking that all of them will connect with at least some of your ancestors' energy. Most of us know at least a little something, something about where we come from. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. So I guess like for me, like I know I'm of African descent. So the ones with people who are African really touch me. I know that I have some Italian in my family. So I'm looking at them like, wow, I have some Native American in my family. You know, so, and then probably some things in my family I don't even know about because, you know, over the years and, you know, people getting together and who's father, you know, all kind of stuff has happened over the centuries. So look at that. I love that. That's gorgeous. So some of us, you know, may connect with cards and be like, why do I connect with the Norse? Because I do connect with the Norse. And come to find out your great-great-grandfather was like, you know, a Norse knight or something like that. I love them. They're very mature looking too. They're not cartoonish. You know, if you look at her hand, you can see every line in her hand. You know, you can, I mean, the details are amazing. This is pretty. Look at her hair. You can see every line of their hair, every strand of their hair, I should say. And the message is treat your body well. Like, you know, that whole concept of self-love and self-care, but said, you know, just in this very plain way, like, yo, treat yourself well. You know, connect with some animals. You might not be able to go hug a deer. They might not trust you that much, but get a cat. You know, like that kind of thing. Gorgeous. Get a cat, get a dog, get a puppy. Begin to write, you know? Or create, express, inspire others. Another older gentleman looks like he might be from like the European 1300s when monks were still writing books by hand. Move your body. She looks Polynesian. Look at that sky. Look at that. Come through with the colors. Oh man. And that sunshine in the background. So soft and beautiful. These cards make me feel good. And I like that. That's the thing that really makes me reach for a deck time and time again. Is a deck that I feel good about. And I'm excited when I wake up like, ooh, I gotta work today. I got readings to do. Teach and share. This card reminds me of the Hierophant from Tarot. Anybody that knows Tarot, well, you know, you'll remember the Hierophant. Definitely reminds me of that. Look at that. I like the way that they picked up on the cultural, like the jewelry they wear, the clothes they wear, the hairstyles they wear, you know, or wore. Because I think a lot of these are definitely, it's an ancestor deck, so they're definitely from the past. But we still see in paintings and other things, a lot of the, like the toga. How many of you know from popular culture the toga party? This is where it comes from. It was something that they actually wore, but unfortunately frat students have have adopted it now. And some of these outfits are still worn for ceremonies. I've seen some of these in present day. For ceremonies or things that they were doing. Like this one looks more African to me. And when I was in Africa, I sat through several ceremonies and some of them did look like that or a variation of that. The thing that's in her hand, I've seen these many, many times. So, yeah, from different cultures. Oh, look at him. He's a bard singing the songs of victory. I love it. Snow-capped mountains in the background. Enjoy new beginnings. The solstice. That took me back to the solstice. But this one says new beginnings. So it probably, let me see, the solstice wouldn't be the right time for that. Then new beginnings would be closer. I guess maybe the spring time would be new beginnings. But still, I still like it. I still like the symbolism of it. This reminds me more of Christmas. And it does say celebrate, so you might get that card if it's time for you to go to a Christmas celebration. Now, I've seen this particular group of people on television, and they had very similar outfits on. So the attention to detail with this is amazing. Oh, wow. Look at their dresses. Oh, this one takes my breath away. I love red. Oh, I want to get this one. And I think they might be Romany. I think that's what this group of people is called. I think there's a negative term. I think the positive term is Romany. I'd have to look it up. But I remember them living in these and doing readings. Oh, that's amazing. I would love to hang that up. I would love that on my wall. That is gorgeous. And the last one here is Earth Magic. Look at the tree. It's a wise old man, the green man. That reminds me of the green man from the Wicca tradition. And look at these little animals, creatures. They look like leprechauns. Now that's interesting. So I wonder what that one is about. That is really cool. All right, so this video is 17 minutes long, so that's not too bad. So I'm going to take the liberty to look up this one since I want to know who these little creatures are. We're going to go to, they're in alphabetical order, so we're going to go to Earth Magic, and we're going to find out. So I told you guys about the guidebook, so I'm going to leave this here, and I'm just going to read. Earth Magic is nature, rituals, and charms. During the early Anglo-Saxon period, people were not able to read or write, so their history and knowledge were passed on through storytelling. They believed in supernatural creatures such as elves. So those are elves. Ah, adorable. Elves, dragons, and invisible lines of power that ran through everything on Earth. I still believe this now. What do you mean? What do you mean they believed in the past tense? Many of us still believe this. Spirits lived in the trees, rocks, mountains, rivers, lakes, oceans, and ponds. In accord with these beliefs, the Anglo-Saxons used charms, symbols, talismans, herbal potions, precious stones, crystals, chants, and spells to protect them. People visited soothsayers, wise women, and cunning men for healing, predictions, potions, spells, and magical items. Cunning folk were highly respected and valued healers in the community. Well, in some cultures, they still are. And so, not even some cultures, a lot of places this is still going on. So this is cool. So these traditions come from all the way back. I love it. The ancestors speak. Take a look at your everyday rituals and charms. Find ways of bringing home magic into your daily routine. Watch the sunrise. I did the sunset before and it was so beautiful. Or dip your toes in the ocean and invite the wonder and healing of nature to your world. Incorporate ritual into your spiritual practices. Herbs, crystals, or natural remedies may hold an answer for you. The last part tells us what it means when you get this card. Divinationary meaning. Learn more about earth and water spirits and how you can connect with their energy in and around your environment. Go to a place in nature that draws you, such as a forest, a mountain, a river, or the sea. Once you feel you're at the right place, psychically protect yourself. Quiet your mind. Meditate and focus on what you feel around you and what you see in your mind's eye. You may be surprised at the nature spirits you sense around you. This card may also be prompting you to make a talisman for yourself or to carry a protective crystal with you. So as you can see, the message is very beautiful and it tells you something you can actually do. I love when the guidebook tells you things that you can do to enhance your life. All right, guys, so if you want to pick up this beautiful deck, the Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards by Jade Sky, I got mine on Llewellyn Worldwide, and they may be other places, so I will definitely put the link below for you. And again, I just said I give these not even a 10 out of 10, I give them a 20 out of 10. If I had to let go of all of my oracle decks, this is the one I would keep. The illustrations are just that beautiful, and it really just touches me that deeply. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you later.